Welcome to Toffee Blue View, your source for all things Everton. Gerry, Max, and that's my introduction. I worked on it for days. So starting 11 versus Chelsea. Who do we think Silva's going to go with? Just to kind of give a spoiler, I'd say it's very possible Max and I have the exact same lineups. So I'll try to make sure I say it in a completely different way than Max does, just to spice it up. All right. So Max, go ahead, give us what you got.
We found our strongest starting 11 now, haven't we? Really, and it's a joy because I can't remember the last time when we were so certain what our best 11 was. Pickford in goal, Coleman at right back. Obviously, with Zuma, with Chelsea being Zuma's parent club, can't play. Yerry Mina and Michael Keane at centre back. Michael Keane just got his recall for the England national squad, so well done, lad. Luca Dean at left back. 3 central midfielders: Idrissa Gueye, Andre Gomez, just in front of them, Gylfi Sigurdsson, and a front 3 of Walcott, Richarlison, and Bernard.
Okay. I'm going to start with...
Have we gone for something different? Because the tension, have you gone for Toffee on top or something?
You like how I built that up?
Have you gone for
and how I'm making it seem as though we're totally different. I'm going to start with Richarlison up top and on the wings. I know this is crazy, but I think Bernard on one and Walcott on the other. All right? And then maybe in the center we go with Sigurdsson. It's out there. It's nuts. But I think he's earned the opportunity. All right? And then behind him, maybe Andre Gomez and Idrissa Gueye. I don't know. I unpopular opinion. I think they go well together, you know. And then in the back, a line across from, very key here, from left back over to right back instead of right to left the way yours was. Dean, Yerry Mina, aka Baby Shark. All right. Michael Keane, because he's playing well and he did get that England call up.
Yeah.
Did you mention that? Yes. Seamus Coleman, and then in goal, get the rave on. So, yeah, totally different.
Can always rely on the American for a bit of humour.
Or just straight idiocy. I've got it in buckets.
You can't argue with that selection, though, Gerry, can you?
See, that's what I'm saying, you know?
You've got to start Richarlison as the striker again, really, haven't you? Just causes so many problems.
Hi everybody, Gerry here with an update. So Silva did a press conference today and said that Richarlison is possibly a doubt for this weekend. We didn't know that when we recorded. We know now. So that's why I'm saying this. Hence the update. But yeah, just be aware that he might not be available Sunday. That's the thing. All right, on with the show. Well, we've got this little positive run, you know. I'm curious. I'll be curious if he shakes it up. I love to see when he does make changes why.
Yeah.
But I'm almost thinking at this point he feels like this is a dangerous lineup. Let's keep going with it.
Yeah.
You know? Are you worried about anybody?
In what sense?
As in any players where you look at them and you think about possible matchups against Chelsea and you think, I don't know.
Obviously, that right-hand side for us, having to cope with Alonso and Hazard. Walcott's going to have to be on his game, tracking back, putting a defensive shift in.
He will have to do more than he's been doing this season.
Definitely.
I will say he did a little bit of it this past, more of it than he used to this past game.
I think obviously he took on board that criticism that he got following the United performance and giving away for Martial's goal, put in a good shift against Brighton. But even this game, he's got to be so much more conscious of that defensive effort. You know, he's got to be careful about where he is on the pitch. If he can't stay up for too much. He can't stay up for too long. He's got to track back, know where Coleman is, because with this with Chelsea under Sarri now, there's so much movement with and without the ball. I think players have got to be on their game defensively and pick the moments going forward. We've got to hit them on the counter attack, and that is where Walcott and Bernard will come in. Bernard possibly another concern, possibly on the defensive side of things. But I suppose that's a risk that you've got to take when they bring so much to the attack.
I agree with all of that. You know, and specifically mentioning Coleman by name just because he looked good last game. He did. However, last game he wasn't up against Hazard, and he wasn't up against possibly a situation where he's got Hazard and Alonso running at him with hardly any help. I think if you see anybody helping there, it's going to be Idrissa Gueye running back to kind of get his back.
Got to be a big game for him.
Yeah,
I've got no doubt that he'll deliver though, because he just does. So,
I like the momentum he's got going right now. Just honestly, a smart, sound defensive game. If he can get forward, that's a bonus. You know what I mean? That would be a huge bonus this weekend. But the first name I wrote down, because he hasn't had any he's only had like 10 Premier League minutes, maybe 14. Mina, obviously, with Morata in good form too, that's going to be an interesting battle. Yeah. And just because it's Chelsea with their runs and how they combine with each other, I think it's just a situation where if communication is not on point in the back, we could find ourselves with a couple men open in the box just hanging out.
It'll come in handy for set plays, a lot more defending set plays, because I think he'll get his head to a lot more. But fingers crossed he has a good performance. It'd be a great way to kick off your Everton career with a strong performance at Stamford Bridge and deposit the bar high and keeping momentum going.
I want to know if anybody can actually mark him on set plays.
Oh, no, of course.
I love the idea of seeing him jump a foot higher than everybody else and slam that ball down. I've been waiting for that moment.
I want to see it, because he scored in every one of his World Cup games, didn't he? You just think like maybe he can pick up a trend of being a goal scorer and defender from. Well, obviously, the shout's going to be from corners and deep free kicks into the box. But fingers crossed.
Yeah, honestly, other than that, I'm not really sure if I'm super concerned about anybody else. Bernard you mentioned Walcott from the defensive end. However, Walcott from an attacking point of view, making sure he's clinical when he gets opportunities. That's the thing. Big games like this, we're not going to get as many chances as we had against Brighton.
Mm.
And we're actually going to have to keep our composure.
Yeah.
We're going to have to be able to finish those random little moments that we get that come in the blink of an eye. Are you ready? Are your feet set?
Reflexes.
Yes. Yeah, it's a worrying game. It is. I'm still psyched. I'm just so ready to see us play a big game against a big team and not have stupid things happen.
Yeah.
The way it did at Arsenal, the way it did at United.
Fingers crossed, but
yeah.
I'm not banking on it. I can see something happen.
So here's the thing. Honest. Am I being super naive again? This happened before. I guess it was against West Ham. Was that who it was against? Everybody, you guys all picked us to lose because of some kind of streak. And I was like, no, we're going to crush it. And I was just like so confident. And I was the only one wrong because I was so like fresh-faced, like, oh, Everton are wonderful. And then afterward, I was like, I'm an idiot and a stupid child.
Reality check, as you say, though, isn't it?
Just hope my optimism isn't actually being naive. I hope not. And I'll go ahead and tell you, I do not underestimate this Chelsea team. I think they are the second best team in the league.
Yeah, definitely.
Even though I realize that's an easy thing to say because they're second in,
No, but
actually, I think they are the second best
is
team.
The case. Yeah, they are.
And imagine, actually having more time with that manager.
Yeah.
I love that guy, by the way.
Yeah.
I love that guy. Right now I do anyway. Just the idea of him, the image of him like smoking on the sideline.
Managing like going through a pack of game. I'd hate to see the state of his lungs.
He just doesn't seem like a manager. He just seems like some guy at a pub.
He's a classy guy. True Italian. I think when he first signed for Chelsea, he had bodyguards escorting him everywhere, and he got his own personal smoking area at the training ground. He's quality.
He really does just seem like the guy. See, here we'd say the bar. So the guy at the bar who you sit beside and doesn't let on that he knows more than you. Doesn't lead with it. He just kind of lets you gradually figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that guy. I just hope, he makes some bad decisions this weekend. All right. So I guess that's it for our starting 11 segment, eh? That's not our final video segment. We do have a Beers with the Blues segment, which is a new thing. We're having fun with it. Max is going to be ranking the players as far as which ones he'd like to hang out with. We have no idea how this is going to go.
Yeah, can't wait to see these comments.
I'm curious as well. I have no idea what to expect. So come back for the next video segment, will you? In the meantime, if you're digging the videos, please subscribe. We're just past 1,300 subs, and that it feels wonderful. So thanks. Check out the very prim and proper Max in his very non-revealing clothing when he shows up on the podcasts that are kind to him, that he's only friends with, okay? Trying to not sell him like he's just selling it everywhere. He's not. So anyway, check him out. He shows up at many places. Check out his Twitter profile. He'll tell you where. Also, check out his analysis on the Toffee Blues website. So one more segment, and that's what we got.
Go.
So we'll talk to you in a little bit. Bye.